Sports moment.
October 18th, 1977, Game 6 of the World Series. Reggie Jackson belts.
Welcome back, WICR, to Roommate Rivalry. We are now joined by the full cast. Aunt Joe, how you guys doing?
How's it going?
Doing good.
Good.
I'm good.
Petey, you've been here, stop. So, we're going to introduce a new segment to Roommate Rivalry called What Grinds Your Gears. Petey does not have anything. Apparently, he's had a blessed weekend and nothing has got on his nerves. So no complaints from Petey, but the rest of us have something specific that has just kind of gotten under our skin and it just makes us a little upset. So everyone is going to get 1 minute on the clock. You're going to get stopped at that minute because realistically, we all could probably go on for quite some time about these topics. And then that's going to be it. Now, Joe, we're going to start it off with you. Joe, it's when I say a minute, please don't get mad at me. It's 1 minute.
All right. Don't start yet.
I didn't start yet. I'll let you know when I start. We're gonna have the official time watch. Eventually, we're gonna get high tech things within here, and it'll have a nice stop clock for us. But until then, we're gonna use the iPhone stopwatch. So, Joe, what grinds your gears?
You know what really grinds my gears? The Dolphins versus Packers game. That's what grinds my gears. Aaron Rodgers thinks he could come into Miami, Dan the man's house, and he thinks he could pull off a fake spike. Like, who is he? Like, I understand he's Aaron Rodgers, but Dan Marino, he can't do what Dan Marino did. But the good thing was he didn't get the touchdown on the play, but then it also adds another thing that grinds my gear. Cortland Finnegan. You can't tackle the rookie that caught the pass after the fake spike. Like, we just signed you to make plays like this, and you can't even tackle him. And you give up 12 yards on the fake spike by Aaron Rodgers. That's what grinds my gears. And there's one more thing. The Monday night game, the Rams versus 49ers, Gruden says that Austin Davies, after his first touchdown on that night, says he looks like a young Drew Brees. What? What? Young Drew Brees. After that, I don't think he had a touchdown the rest of the game. That's what grinds my gears.
Wow, that was the most amazing timing I've ever seen. That was 59 seconds long.
Exactly.
That was just absolutely magical. Now, Ant, it is your turn for...
You gotta top that.
What grinds your gears?
I'm not gonna upset it. Be better because I'm upset. What grinds my gears is the Giants' offensive line. They gave up a total of 8 sacks on the night. 6 to Eli, 2 to Nassib. Can you please not interrupt me?
I'm sorry.
Yeah. People looked like he never played football in his life before, guarding anyone. No matter who he went on him, Eli was either rushed or sacked. And they had, I think, 10 or 11 penalties that night. And I would say like 9 of them were the offensive line. And that's what grinds my gears. I'm not gonna get emotional. I'm upset.
And I mean, you got like 20 seconds left here. I could probably fill it in with a couple Eagles fillers.
Do you want me to fill that in?
Listen. You know what could not grind your gears? You finally got a nice week out of LaShawn McCoy.
0 touchdowns.
Yeah, 0 touchdowns.
And you still lost because Darren Sproles got in the end zone.
If he got a touchdown, maybe I'd be happy.
Yeah, well, guess that's another thing that grinds your gears. and it's done. Now it is my turn. I'm probably not gonna stop myself. So,
I got you.
So Joe, give me that little time right there. But
you get it 1 minute exactly.
Yeah, that I'm gonna need.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
Ready?
Go.
You know what grinds my gears?
What?
Joseph Randle is an NFL football player. He has a base salary of $495,000.
Nice.
And he just got caught shoplifting underwear and cologne. Really? He doesn't have someone to wash his underwear that he needs to steal a new pair? Does he smell that bad that he needed to steal cologne? He couldn't somehow fit into his baller budget of an NFL player some cologne and underwear? Is he really that in such deep a struggle? Or are we dealing with the Shabazz Napier who he doesn't get any food? Is he begging for change on the streets? He makes $495,000 to play football, and he's stealing cologne and underwear.
At least it wasn't crab legs.
Listen, that's a whole nother discussion. At least he's hungry.
Time's up. You're done.
That grinds my gears.
Even the fact they got caught, he still got arrested.
You know what they're gonna have to do in the NFL contracts now? They're gonna have to have something on the bottom that says, "This contract comes with a free pair of underwear."
Yeah, I'm like the NFL isn't sponsored by some like underwear company that they can just throw them a pair.
I know, right?
I really do
I'm
not.
actually surprised with that. What grinds your gears? I thought you were gonna go with a college football, a little college football.
Well, we are actually going to get into this college football. My man Ant is he's taking over these college football reins. I'm going to give him the mic, and I'm going to let him tell us what are the upcoming games of the week. And Ant, it's the floor is yours.
Thank you. In the afternoon, we got number 21 Texas A&M versus number 7 Bama. Where we definitely want to see Bama get a really good win out of this to move up in the ranks. At the same time, we got Rutgers versus 13 Ohio State. Go Jersey. We got at 4 o'clock we got Georgia versus Arkansas, and I think it's gonna be a very good game, even though Arkansas is not ranked, but Arkansas puts up a tough fight. We got OK State versus TCU, the second best defense, and and the big game of the week we got Notre Dame versus FSU.
Big game.
We're gonna see how good Notre Dame is, and if FSU wins, will they be number 1 again?
Yes.
At 10:30, if you want to stay up that late, we got Stanford versus Arizona State. And the most important thing of the week, Miami Hurricanes are off. They are 4-3, and they are 6th in the Coastal Division of the ACC.
Go you.
All right. Yeah, if you haven't been able to figure it out, Ant is a big Miami Hurricane fan. Now this week of college football was not as absolutely insane as the week previous. But there were a couple things there that happened that are definitely noteworthy. I think it would really become a wasteless debate because it's 4-5 Baylor Notre Dame. I just feel like Baylor to give up 58 points. That's really bad. You're 100% right. Notre Dame, because we've had this conversation. Notre Dame gave up 43 to North Carolina.
Who did Baylor play again?
TCU.
And TCU's a ranked team.
Yeah, TCU is a
And
ranked
what is
team.
UNC?
And UNC is not ranked.
Not ranked.
No,
So-
no. That's why I completely understand. So terrible performances, but I just think that it shows that for both TCU and Baylor, that is a very bad look because yes, we all know they have those great offenses, but if you mean to tell me that when you come up against a legitimate team, you're both going to give up 58 and 61, that's a really bad. And if one of those two teams gets into the college playoffs, they're not pulling any type of upset, and they're going to probably give up about 70 points.
It's more of a bad look for TCU because, like Ant said, he said they were the second best defense. Are they the second best defense?
Going into that week, they were.
Okay, so the second best defense. Baylor's probably a top offense, but they're up by what, 20 points?
I think it was 24 unanswered to win that game.
In the fourth quarter,
Yeah,
up by
no,
20
absolutely.
something, and they let Petty come down and win the game for them like that. I think it's a better win for Baylor because they
give
proved that they could
Baylor
come
credit
back
for that game.
in a tough situation down. I think I turned the game off after they got the Petty threw a pick six. I think it was in the fourth. He threw a pick six TCU, and that made them go up, I think, by 20. I think I turned the game off. I'm like, all right, upset, done. I find out later that they come back and win the game. I think that was great by Baylor.
I think the thing is, I don't want to give Baylor the team credit. The offense, great job.
Yeah.
That's
Great
all
job.
anyone ever cares about is their offense. Their
But
defense
I'm
is never
saying,
good.
the thing
obviously
is,
the defense.
there's no way Baylor will be able to remain a top 4 team if that's what they're going to be doing, playing up against steady competition.
Facts.
It's true, but
they
it
keep
just
putting
shows that Baylor could win games putting up a lot of points. So
Yeah.
like it just
They
shows
can
that they
rely
can.
on their
Now
offense.
imagine if their defense was actually
somewhat decent.
Yeah, exactly. That's
But-
it.
They don't count on their defense at all.
Yeah, I know, but we're just saying. Imagine if
Yeah.
they were actually some type that
Absolutely.
could have made a few stops on defense, and that's it.
Now, the big change this week was for the first time in a long time, FSU is not number 1 ranked because last year we all know they won the championship, and some people agree with the move. Mississippi State, the way they played ranked teams back to back weeks, and they won all 3 games. They're undefeated, and then you have FSU who doesn't play as tough a schedule, but undefeated and the reigning champions. They bumped Mississippi State ahead of them. I'll start off personally. I disagree with the move. Last week on the show, I'm not gonna lie, I really didn't give Mississippi State much credit. They're good. They're a very good team. They are a very good team. I don't think they deserve to pass FSU. They beat number 8 LSU. At the time, that's a great win, but LSU really looks terrible. And I'm just being honest. They're not ranked. Listen, I'm just saying. I don't think you can give them that much credit for that win. You give them credit, but not as much as saying you beat a number 8 team. Then they beat Texas A&M. At the time, 6.
Rank 6.
But now you look at it, they're in the lower 20s. You still give them credit for it, but it shows that Texas. Just let me finish. It shows that Texas A&M isn't maybe a 6 team. And then they go out and they do that what they did to Auburn, and I give them all the credit in the world. I think they're undoubtedly the second overall team. But I think when you look at FSU, the reigning champs haven't lost a game. Their only close game came against Clemson, ranked team without their Heisman Trophy winner. I don't take anything away from Mississippi State. I think they're a very good team. If they actually did run the table and so did FSU, I think they would pass them because they definitely have a much harder schedule. But at this point, I don't think it was right for them to pass FSU.
Yeah, I totally agree with that. Everything you just said, I agree with.
I mean, Petey, right now, we all know we had nothing wrong with Petey. Just a couple words here and there, nothing grinding the gears. Petey couldn't be happier.
I just see it as
Statistics.
I think at the
grinds my
moment
gears.
right now, I think at the moment Mississippi State should be in first place. I think they deserve it. They beat, like you said, ranked teams. They have a much tougher schedule than Florida State. Look, it could change. Look, college football, the rankings change every week, as we seen on this show. They change every week. Mississippi State has played better teams than Florida State this year. They just beat a number 2 ranked team. I mean, Florida State is gonna play a number 5 Notre Dame. I love Notre Dame, but I don't think they're as good as what they are, like what they're ranked. So, I mean, I think Mississippi State should stay at number 1, but if they wind up losing to, they have number 7 Alabama and number 3 Ole Miss. If they wind up losing to one of those teams, they will drop down, and then FSU will take the spot. If they win, I think if they finish the season winning all those games, they will remain number 1. I mean, there's a reason. Look, Mississippi State got 45 votes to be number 1.
Yeah, I mean, no.
Florida State got 12 votes, and Ole Miss even got 3 votes. See, now you could say the same thing in your argument. You could say the same thing that Ole Miss could be in second because Ole Miss has played tough teams too.
And that's why I think it's a very shaky issue.
Yeah, it's tough, but like I mean, I just think Mississippi State deserves it. They just beat great teams. They're undefeated. Florida State really hasn't. They played number 22 Clemson. Whatever.
Now,
I mean, it can go to both.
Absolutely. Now, there are 2 questions. One, Joe, is for you, and then the other one is for Petey and Antmore to address. The first one, Ole Miss wins their game this week, and FSU wins their game this week. Now, FSU plays 5 Notre Dame.
Ole Miss plays.
Oh, I don't. Who does Mississippi State play? I meant to say Mississippi State. Do you have
Mississippi
that
State. Oh, they play.
Wasn't I think it was Tennessee. I might.
They
be,
might. All right.
I don't
Kentucky.
think-
Oh, Kentucky.
Kentucky. Okay.
Okay.
Now that's not a really good
I know.
football team. Does FSU jump back up to 1?
I think they shouldn't. But I think they shouldn't. Okay, they beat a number 22 Clemson, and now they beat a number 5 Notre Dame, which almost lost to a unranked UNC team. I think they shouldn't move. I think it should stay the same until Mississippi State. If Mississippi State loses to Kentucky, they should drop down to 7.
Yeah, no, that's completely
But
different.
okay,
I'm saying if both teams win.
both teams win, I say it remains the same. I think it really doesn't affect it. I think it shouldn't affect it. Never know, but I think it remains the same.
Okay. My second question, because Petey, you hate Notre Dame, and I mean they're not your favorite. If Notre Dame does lose, which they are projected to, but it's a good game. Let's say they lose by field goal, touchdown even. How far do they deserve to drop, considering that their loss is to the number 2 team? Or do they deserve to fall out of the top 10? Are they getting like where do they deserve to fall, considering that it would be a loss of a close game to the
Best team in the country.
to the reigning champs and to what people still believe is the number 1 overall team? What do you think? Do you put Alabama ahead of them still?
Yeah, I put Alabama ahead of them.
But Alabama loses to Ole Miss. FSU considered the better team. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Actually, I'm really not. I'm predicting a blowout.
Well, no, but that's this is the thing, and I know you are predicting the blowout.
Because I think FSU is minus 12. That's pretty crazy.
Yeah, no, and I mean for a 2 to play a 5 in that.
In the situation Wall said, I think they'll drop to 7
Yeah,
if
around
Auburn
there,
and
yeah.
Alabama win their games.
Okay.
Who's on Notre Dame?
Now on the flip side, say they get blown out. Like say it's really bad.
I would say like
I mean,
anywhere from like 12 to 15 around.
I would say 11.
11 ahead of like TCU.
I think.
Yeah.
I think they remain in top 10.
If they get blown out.
And I just want to
It's like 48-3.
like
Number 10.
and I just want to quickly throw this in because now we're gonna go to the quick commercial and then get into the NFL. Because I do like the Oregon Ducks. I'm just saying. They did kind of come up to play. They showed that they are still a legit team. They had a bad week against Arizona that week, but I think they showed that they were pretty solid in beating that UCLA team. And I still think it's very unfair that they are not ranked ahead of Michigan State, considering as they are a team who beat Michigan State by a healthy margin.
I'll agree.
But next week, college football. Once again, the rankings are gonna move. They're gonna move.
Yeah.
Notre Dame is gonna go down or up. FSU is gonna go down or up. You're gonna see something drastic change.
Upsets.
And trust me, Roommate Rivalry will be here to talk about it. But when we get back, we are gonna hop right into this NFL. A lot to talk. The Eagles 127, nothing. What happened? Stay with us right here on WICR.
WICR presents another great New York sports moment.
And it looks like it's going to be Mo. Greatness coming into the Yankee game for the final time here in the Bronx.
On September 26th.